Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode. I've actually called it "Why You Work Like Your Parents Did." It's it's an interesting episode and quite an interesting one. And there's a reason that you work the way you do, and it's probably not just strategy, because for most of us, the relationship with work was inherited. Yes, it was inherited. We watched it, we absorbed it. We learn what it meant to earn, to struggle, and to survive. And if you've ever felt like you've had to exhaust yourself to deserve success, then this episode is going to be for you. Today, I'm talking about how your family's view of work might be running your business and how to honor where you come from without repeating the suffering. For me, I learned a lot. Both my parents didn't actually work. My dad was disabled in, a way and needed mum as a carer. Yet I still picked up things. I still picked up a lot about work. Where did all of this start for you? It's the work you watched. The role models actually shape your baseline. Because before you even had a resume, you watched how work was handled in your home, or maybe other people talked about it. There could have been long hours, physical labor, burnout, maybe even sacrifice. What did you learn? And unspoken beliefs get absorbed. And do they ever get absorbed? Nothing worth having comes easy. You have to work twice as hard. Stability matters more than happiness. I'm not made of money. You have to work, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. All of those beliefs. And even if they weren't directly said, they were still modeled. I want you just to take a second and think back to your childhood. Think back to, when you were a child, primary school, high school, etc. What did you learn about work? Because learning about work came from primary school as well, where you taught that to do homework immediately, where you taught this or that. What were you actually taught? What did your parents do for work? Did they expect you to follow them? My parents didn't actually say it, but I know they're very proud of me for following them. Now I'm doing something totally different and I love it. When things like this are modeled, struggle becomes normal. When effort is tied to survival, ease can feel unsafe. Survival was the theme of most of my life, and I'm learning how to let go of all of that. Rest can even feel lazy. Have you heard people say, there's no time to rest, blah, blah, blah? Success without burnout can actually feel undeserved. You martyr yourself and you burn out because that's what you're meant to do. Guess what? No, you're not. No one is ever meant to burn out. We are meant to rest. Think about sleep. We're meant to sleep. We're also meant to rest during the day as well. We're not meant to be going from the moment we get up to the moment we go to sleep. We're not meant to do it. That is something that has been man-made. Now, how does all of this show up in your business right now? Overworking can feel automatic. You push even when you don't need to, and you keep pushing. And you get the messages to stop, and you don't listen. And you create pressure where none exists because you feel that you're meant to do all of this. You're meant to. There's guilt around ease. Slow days feel so wrong. And if something comes naturally, you undervalue it because, oh, it wasn't that hard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all right. And exhaustion equals worth. When your lineage equated hard labor with survival, your nervous system may still believe ease equals risks. So you fill the space with pressure. And yes, I'm talking about lineage. What is the stories that have been handed down from one generation to another? And they get handed down in the DNA. Our cells carry every single thing. Every cell carries the same thing. So all of that, all the stories, all the absolutely everything, it's been carried down. And there's struggle as loyalty. Success can trigger guilt. Out earning your parents, having more flexibility, building something that is softer than what they experienced. Suffering can feel like respect. On some level, matching their hardship can feel like honoring their sacrifice. But repetition isn't reverence. Carrying forward their pain doesn't prove love. It simply continues the rhythm. And we are here to stop the rhythm. If you are in business and you're doing things differently, you're here to stop what's been done in the past. You are stopping that rhythm. Your role may be evolution. Instead of carrying that hardship forward, you may be here to expand what's possible. You could be the inspiration for others. Did you ever think of that? And that's why it's time to change the story. Their struggle created your options. Survival and sacrifice gave you space to choose differently. And are you choosing differently? Honor without depletion. You can work with absolute divine devotion without burning out. You can build wealth without the suffering. That is growth, not betrayal. Because you may be thinking that you're betraying your family, you're betraying the generations because you're not doing the hard stuff, you're not burning out, you're not doing the struggle, you're not suffering. Again, it doesn't need to be that way. Let's rewrite the pattern. Start with the awareness. This episode can be an awareness for you. Notice where you create unnecessary struggle. Notice where rest feels uncomfortable. Why does it feel uncomfortable? Question the reflex. So instead of asking, how can I work harder? Ask, what would this look like if it felt steady and easy? Things can be easy. They don't need to be hard. And redefine your proof. You don't have to swing to extremes. You simply stop equating pain with the validation. And I want to leave you with this. If you've been carrying a belief that success must come with suffering, I want you to know that story didn't start with you. It did not start with you. But it can end with you. You can honor your family's resilience without repeating their exhaustion. You can build something that feels steady, spacious, and still deeply successful. Changing the professional bloodline doesn't require rebellion. It requires awareness. And every time you choose steadiness over struggle, you're not abandoning your roots, you're expanding them. And how amazing does that feel? I really hope that this episode has brought awareness for you because you don't need to struggle. You don't need any of that. You are powerful and you are amazing. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day wherever you are in this world.